rallied around. First ever overtime game in the history of the CIFL, and we came out in the overtime and really dominated and was able to take home the victory, so it was good.
Now, before we started the interview, you talked about team resilience. What makes this team extra special?
And we're back here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network. Second quarter, here we go. Tommy Jones, the man, and finds McGarity in the open. Past the 10 to the 5. First down, Sharks in deep Xtreme territory. That first down sponsored by Nutrilite by Amway, where you can build a strong nutritional foundation with the Nutrilite Perfect Pack for your health. And it's exclusively from Amway. If you're interested, contact your local Amway independent business owner or go to Amway.com. Tommy Jones sets up first and goal. Dayton, the Sharks trail 13-7, 14-26. And Tommy Jones with a volleyball spike to the end zone. He goes, finds number 8, Melvin Bryant. Touchdown, Dayton. Tommy Jones with his second touchdown on the day finds Melvin Bryant for 5 yards. And we are tied up at 13 apiece. A quick score for the Sharks on 2 plays to start off this quarter. Van Zandt back out there for the extra kick. Van Zandt struggles over towards his left. He's waiting for the snap, the place, and the kick. 13:37 and rolling. Here comes the snap, the place, the kick. It's up and it's to the left. No good. So we have ourselves a tie ball game at 13-13 with 13:30 left to go in our first half. That touchdown is sponsored by NovaCare, where if you have back pain, a sports-related injury, or if you're injured at work, it's time to see your doctor and ask for NovaCare. As the preferred provider of physical therapy to the Dayton Sharks, NovaCare provides exceptional patient care and unmatched customer service. If you're injured or need pre- or post-surgical rehab, you can call 937-235-0068 to schedule an appointment, where there's locations in Huber Heights and Centerville. Let NovaCare get you back to life. The Sharks choose NovaCare, so can you. We'll go ahead and keep rolling with the game here. We'll just play back the we'll just make noises on the recorder, but we'll play the full interview at halftime. We apologize for the inconvenience. Encoder problems. That's all I can really say, folks. And it's still trying to connect, and it's not working. New games, different stuff. Or same stuff, I guess. Kick bounces off the turf once and off the glass, off the hands of number 9 in Calvin Ferguson. So that will be a touchback. And it will be Xtreme ball at their own 5-yard line. First and 10, visitors. We have ourselves a tie ball game, 13-13, with 13:26 and rolling left to go in our second quarter. Not a bad day out here today, here at Hare Arena. Beautiful day outside. Inside, perfect weather for some arena football. And, of course, inside, you don't have weather unless the roof's leaking or something. And apparently it's not. So the Dayton defense gets back out. Xtreme have it on their own 5. First and 10, Xtreme. Xtreme looking for their 6th win out of 8 games. The Sharks looking to stay perfect here. So they have 2 more games. They have a road game against this Xtreme team at Freedom Hall. Here's first and 10. Warner. He'll send a motion man way back. That will be Ferguson. And Warner with the ball out of the end zone. He's going to get swallowed up, and he's knocked back around the 5. Putting the hammer on him, that was Darryl Brown, a defensive lineman for the Sharks. And it'll be a hair past that 5-yard line. Second down and 10 as Respris gets section 22 a clapping, and it's infectious. It's rolling over to 24, 26, and 28 now. Second down and 10, Xtreme, 12:03 and rolling left to go in the second quarter. We're tied up at 13. Respis on the near side of the field. He's got McCray in the backfield. Respis rolls over. He's now on the Kentucky 10. Warner sends a man in motion from the near side. And it's Warner who almost gets knocked in the end zone. And it's Brown again knocking Warner down to the ground. That's a loss of 3 yards. And it's now second down and 14 for the Kentucky Xtreme. 2 great stops by the Dayton defense. However, Kentucky still has 2 more downs to use. We've seen so far this is a very dangerous team, a very fun team to watch too. Lots of speed. As Coach Taylor said in the pregame interview, they like to run the ball a lot. We've only seen that about 3 times so far today. Warner, he'll send 2 wide receivers on the far side. That's his left, and the man in motion will start off on the far side. And Warner drops the ball. The ball is loose. It's fumbled. And who lands on it first? It's a Dayton Sharks takeaway. Coming up with the ball is 5 James Spikes. And that will give Dayton a first and goal from the Kentucky 2. A bad fumble out of the hands of the quarterback Warner. And Dayton looks to take the lead for the second time tonight. Already 2 lead changes. Kentucky with a lead, Dayton with a lead, and Kentucky back with a lead for actually the 3rd lead change. 2 for Kentucky, I should say. So Johnny Jones gets back out there. He's got 4 downs to punch it in the end zone, and he's got 2 yards to work with. McGarity will take the near side. That's to the left of Tommy Jones. Robert Red will also be on the near side, back at the Kentucky 16. He'll be the man in motion. All 3 wide receivers on the near side. Jones rolls back to the 10, throws it up. McGarity jumps up for the ball. Touchdown, Sharks. And Jones with another receiving touchdown. McGarity, a Lakota East guy, pulls it down. And that gives Dayton the lead, 19-13. 19-13 Sharks. That touchdown sponsored by NovaCare, the power of physical therapy, where if you need physical therapy, NovaCare provides exceptional patient care and unmatched customer service. Offices in Huber Heights and Centerville, NovaCare can get you back to life. NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. Van Zant will wait the snap, the place, and the kick. As Dayton reclaims the lead, 19-13, and the clock continues to roll. 8:45. Van Zant stands at the Kentucky 9. He's missed 1 today out of 2. Van Zandt waits. The snap, the place, the kick. It's up, it's through the middle, and it's good. And Dayton leads Kentucky by 7, 20-13. We'll be back after this, folks. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Radio Network.
Back pain, sports-related injury, injured at work. Does this sound like you? See your doctor and ask for NovaCare. As the preferred provider of physical therapy to the Dayton Sharks, NovaCare provides exceptional patient care and unmatched customer service. If you're recently injured or need pre- or post-surgical rehab, call 937-235-0068 to schedule an appointment. We have locations in Centerville and Huber Heights. Let NovaCare get you back to life. The Sharks choose NovaCare, so can you. Call 800-770-6682 today. NovaCare, the power of physical therapy.
Back here at Hare Arena, Lee W. Mountain with you here. The Sharks have reclaimed the lead 20-13. The Xtreme will get the ball back. A fantastic stop by the Sharks defense. We're about ready for the Xtreme to get the ball back. And it's Spencer back there again. The opening kickoff, Spencer took it back, way back past 7 Sharks and got by the kicker. He's got a lot of speed. It's a very physical team. Coach Taylor talked about it in the pregame show. They like to run it a lot. They're very physical that way. But so far, we've only seen the Xtreme run the ball about 3 times today. Warner has had the rest of the snaps. Van Zandt will ready for the kick. He shuffles towards the left. He's got 2 special teams members towards his left, and he's got the other 5 towards his right. Van Zandt kicks this up. It'll stay close to the turf. It'll bounce away, and gobbling it up will be Calvin Ferguson. Ferguson takes it to the near side. He'll muscle past the Shark, and he's through, but he'll be tramped up at about the Dayton 20-yard line. He could have had open turf, but he was falling down in the progress. And one finishing blow knocks him down to the green turf. That does give the Xtreme short turf to work for. Only 20 more yards to possibly tie this game up. Sharks 20, Xtreme 13, 7:50 and rolling left to go in our second quarter. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Radio Network. Warner back in the saddle. Played at Kentucky State University. No, that was not supposed to be a pun. Home of the Thoroughbreds, Division II in the NCAA. Sends a man in motion from the near side over to the far side, and that's Spencer. Spencer, he's got great speed already past the secondary, but Warner on the other end, he's gobbled up. And big 99 Anthony Richardson picks up the loose ball and runs with it. He's also from Kentucky State, as he still holds on to the ball. When we say big, he's 6'2", 345 pounds. He's a big old boy. He's on the offensive line. He also serves on the defensive line as well. There is a penalty on the play back at the Kentucky, actually making the Dayton 23, 3 yards away from the Xtreme line of scrimmage. And from the way the Xtreme are acting, it's going to be a 10-yard loss. Xtreme are standing back in their own territory behind the 20. Coach of the Xtreme not too happy with that. And the ball will be spotted back at the Xtreme 22. So that's about a loss of 7 on that play. Still first down. And no, that's a loss of a down. That'll be second down now. Second down and a long Montgomery County mile to go. Warner gets his play. He'll tell the other 7 Xtreme members. One of the few names in sports you'll see without an S that's not plural in that sense. Very unique name, the Xtreme. So Warner has a running back over towards his right, sends Spencer in motion from the near side as he'll roll over to the far side. Warner with the ball. Looks, throws it down the middle, in and out of the hands of Doug Beaumont. Incomplete. Third, and actually that is going to be second down there. It was not a loss of down on the penalty. So second down, and let's call it about 18. Xtreme have a long way to go. As Warner gets to play again. In and out of the hands of Beaumont. That's an incomplete pass. Beaumont is a wide receiver from the University of Louisville, too. A lot of good Kentucky colleges on this roster. There's a couple of Indiana ones, too. We'll get to that. And Spencer rolls, does another U-turn, and now on the far side, he's already broken past everyone, but Warner taken down by Rico Middlebrooks back at the Kentucky 15-yard line. That's a sack, and that puts the down marker back at the Xtreme 15-yard line. They need to get back to the Dayton 10 for some fresh downs. The second time Warner's been swallowed up by the Sharks defense. As of late, the Sharks defense has really come on very nicely. Some good sacks, good rushes, good tackles in there. Sharks line up again. Warner's got third and very long. 2 wide receivers on the near side. The man in motion will be Beaumont. And Warner gets the ball. He's back at the Kentucky 8, tries to run for it, and quickly shovels it out towards Grinter. Grinter fumbles it as he's tackled. He'll be slammed back at the Dayton 21-yard line. That'll be about a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 4th down and 11 Xtreme. And actually, they're going to mark it at the 20 of Dayton, so they'll be back to the original line of scrimmage. 4th down and 10 Xtreme. Need to get to the Dayton 10 for some fresh downs. Warner will huddle up with his group. Had a strong showing to begin this game. The Sharks have been coming back and biting them ever since. 4:12 and rolling left to go in our second quarter. 20-13 Dayton's your score. And we'll have Warner with the ball back at midfield. His toss, is it a catch? No, it's in and out of the hands of Calvin Ferguson. Incomplete. It looked good from up here, I'll say that, but Ferguson bobbled the ball. And we have the Xtreme coaches to my left. That's a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 Sharks from their own 20-yard line. That was almost a touchdown by Ferguson, but he just couldn't hold on. Very, very nice effort by number 9. He's a wide receiver and also listed as a defensive back. He's from Western Hills Community College. 1st and 10 Sharks. We have the refs whistling. They're trying to fix one of the banners that fell down on the second to last play Xtreme had. The clock continues to roll. 3 minutes left to go in our second quarter. Tommy Jones has his team up by 7. 3 TDs by the quarterback from Eaton, Ohio. Through the air it goes. Red with the score. Touchdown, Sharks. That is a 30-yarder by Jones, as the Sharks have done all the scoring in this quarter. Red with his second. A 30-yarder by Red. That's 70 yards on 2 touchdowns on his scoring plays. And the Sharks lead 26-13 with 2:20 and rolling left to go in our first half. That touchdown sponsored by NovaCare. Offices who rides in Centerville, NovaCare can get you back to life. If you have back pain, sports-related injuries, or if you've got a work injury, it's time to see your doctor and ask for NovaCare. It's the preferred provider of physical therapy to the Dayton Sharks. Under 2 to play. Clocks will stop past the minute mark in the second and fourth quarters. It's Van Zandt, the snap, the place, the kick, it loops, and it's off to the right. Van Zandt 1 for 3 on the extra points today. And that gives the Sharks a 26-13 lead with 1:45 left to play in our first half. We'll take a quick break. You are listening to the Ohio Sports Radio Network.
Start every day with premier vitamins, minerals, and supplements from Nutrilite, exclusively from Amway. Our secret weapon is the Double X multivitamin. Take Double X every day and feel the difference for yourself. With high levels of 22 vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients from natural plant sources, Double X supplements give you what you need to perform optimally every day. The real stars of Nutrilite Double X supplements are the phytonutrients. Our phytonutrients come from plants grown and harvested on our own certified organic farms. The 20 plant concentrates in Nutrilite Double X come from sources like tomato, blueberry, broccoli, pomegranate, and more, and they provide a wide range of health benefits, including a healthy heart, brain, eyes, skin, bones, and immune system. So what are you waiting for? Supplements from Nutrilite really do fill the ultimate you. Learn more today by contacting your local Amway independent business owner or go to Amway.com.
Back here at Hare Arena, Lee W. Mountain with you here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network. 26-13, Sharks over the Extreme, and Kentucky will get the ball back. It's a bouncer over the head of Ferguson. Off the boards, it's playable as Ferguson takes it. He's at the 5, past the tackler, and he's just past the 10, spinning him down to the ground. That's going to be number 9 in Mike Davis. They have a Shark slow to get up. That's Robert Red. It looks like he's A-okay, though. First and 10, Kentucky Extreme from their own 13-yard line. Extreme trail by 13 with 1:17 and rolling left to go in the second quarter. Just remember, clock stops past the minute mark. So Warner's back in there. Extreme have not scored so far in this second quarter, and we have the 1-minute warning where the clocks have to stop, and the refs rush over. The scoreboard keeper stops it with 56.7 seconds. Looks like we have ourselves a timeout. One of the refs going over to the scoreboard booth. In hockey, that's the penalty box on both sides, and then you have the scoreboard operator. In football, it looks like you have your operations people down there. The clock will be reset with 1 minute left to go. So the Extreme have it on their own 13-yard line, 26-13. Dayton, your score here. 4th home game out of 5 for these Sharks. Last one will be Saturday against the Erie Explosion. Sharks looking to stay perfect so far. They're being trailed by the Erie Explosion, who are also undefeated in the season. It'll be a big matchup between Dayton and Erie. But we have ourselves a bigger matchup here today. The Extreme taking on the Sharks. First and 10 Extreme from their own 13-yard line. Warner with it. He'll send a wide receiver in motion, and running it will be number 22, Maurice Grinter. Grinter picks up about 3 yards. And the ball will be placed just shy of the 17 of Kentucky. 2nd down and 6. 40 seconds now left in our second quarter. The Extreme down by 13. Warner sends a man in motion on the far side. And he'll look towards there. It's up, and Spencer, he's tackled as soon, or actually before the ball lands in his hands. That should be pass interference on the Sharks. And that will be a big plus for the Extreme. Spencer would have reeled that in. Always heard about sometimes you got to take the pass interferences to avoid the touchdowns and go out that way. And it is indeed a defensive penalty against the Sharks. Ball is spotted at the Dayton 7. 1st and goal, Kentucky Extreme. 26.6 seconds as Warner meets up with his coach. I have about 3 members of the Extreme coaching staff to my left up here. I believe that's the first time we had a coaching staff up here calling the plays. I know we had some of the Sting members last game. They were filming the game. As Warner followed up. He'll send 2 wide receivers on the near side, and he'll send, looks like that's Spencer, into the far side. Warner will spend Beaumont in motion. He'll loop around, and it's back for Warner. Back he goes. He'll throw it towards his right, and it's into the stands, incomplete. Warner was about to be swallowed up by Darryl Brown. Brown was on the far side, and Warner had to throw it away. 2nd down and 10. Here at Dayton, you get to keep the CIFL footballs that fly in. You can also buy them at the shop in the front of Hare Arena. Very unique because college football, high school football, professional football, they're a dark brown color. These footballs are light sandy. Actually, CIFL footballs used to be dark brown, that old football brown color. But these ones are light sandy. 21.3 seconds. The Sharks fans start to chant defense. It's second down and goal for the Xtreme. 26-13, Dayton, 21.3 seconds. As Spencer being the man in motion. Warner hands it off. Griner rolls in. He's stuffed at about the 2-yard line. Clock stopped with 15.6 seconds left. And it looks like the Xtreme will take a timeout. 2 more yards until pay dirt for this Xtreme club. And we have a final for you. Erie has stayed perfect in Erie, Pennsylvania. The Explosion take down the Detroit Thunder 61-37. So the Explosion of Erie will be undefeated as they roll into Dayton, Ohio on Saturday. Now it's the Sharks' turn to see if they can stay undefeated. A military shout out as serving and retired members are told to stand up, and they get hand claps, serving our fine country. Rights like no other. Right to freedom of speech, press, and freedom to broadcast games. I think that was in the freedoms, wasn't it? The ball lies at the Dayton 2, third down and goal for the Xtreme. Warner will have his running back, Grinter, 6'3", 250 pounds, right behind the quarterback. He'll wiggle a wide receiver in motion. He'll take it himself, and is he in? Yes! Warner runs it in. He was tackled, but Warner kept grinding in, and Warner runs it in for the score. His second overall touchdown on the day. And that puts the Xtreme down 26-19. It could be a 26-21 game if Warner and the Xtreme crew decide to run it in for 2. It looks like they're going to go for the extra point instead. 26-19 Dayton, 10.2 seconds left to go in our second quarter. Canterbury back out there. The snap, the place, the kick. It's up and it's to the left. No good. Both kickers haven't been very accurate today. Granted, they've been a hair off the poles, but still they're not needing threading the needle. Dayton leads 26-19. We'll be right back after a quick timeout. You're listening to the Ohio Sports Radio Network.
Some statistics are surprising, some are unbelievable, and some are simply unacceptable. Right now, nearly 30% of U.S. students aren't finishing high school. Nearly 30%. And that's the average. In many places, it's even higher than that. And fixing it is a responsibility that we all share. This is President Obama, and I urge everyone, not just parents, but friends and neighbors and family members, to take responsibility for encouraging the high school students in your communities, to support them, challenge them, push them a little, and do whatever it takes to help them make it through. Because this is one statistic we simply can't afford to ignore.
You can do your part by going to boostup.org and sending an email, a text message, or even a wake-up call to a student at risk of dropping out. Go to boostup.org and provide the boost that's needed to make it to graduation. A message from the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
We're back here at Hare Arena. Lee W. Mound with you here on the Ohio Sports Radio Network. 26-19, Dayton leads. 10.2 seconds. Kickoff just happened. I think it went out of bounds. And the ball will be back at midfield for the Sharks. 10.2 seconds for Dayton. 25 yards till pay dirt. Let's see what Tommy Jones and crew can do. Jones with 4 touchdowns through the air today. Former member of the Saginaw Sting, MVP of that team last year, won the championship. Jones throws it, and it's off the fingertips of the backup quarterback in Evan Sawyer. A little bit too low, and as he's reaching for it, bounces off his hands. So second down and 10 Midfield, I have one of the defensive guys for the Xtreme putting it back. That's Marcus Board. He's the defensive lineman, 6'3", 235 pounds. And like you'll hear in the pregame show, which is going to be played in intermission, as Jones reaches high, throws it up in the air, and it's knocked down. It's knocked down by Quentin Griffin. He's from Samford University. There was about 5 Xtreme members hogging around for Melvin Bryant. So 3rd down and 10, Sharks, 0.2 seconds left to go in this first half. Xtreme scored the last touchdown. Sharks have 0.2 seconds. They'll get at least one more play out of this. Jones sends a man in motion on the near side. There's the buzzer. Jones hobbles around. It's in the air. Interception. And it's a little bit of a scrum. They'll pull up 2 flags as the time has expired. And actually coming away with that is Jajon Spillman. He's from the University of Louisville too. Actually, no, Tashawn McBroom. Sorry, I thought it was 6. No, that's number 8, Tashawn McBroom, listed as a defensive back and a wide receiver from Georgetown College, right near Cincinnati, home of the Tigers in the NAIA. So trying to make their way to Division II in the NCAA. So 2 flags flying up, a little bit